Sitting here actually with the door open and the sun is shining, and I feel like I'm actually doing this outside, so, or the garage door open, so it's quite, I really feel like I'm sitting outside on this beautiful day. A little bit nippy, but still really, really nice to be able to enjoy a bit of the sunshine. So today I want to share something out of the Sale-A-Bration catalogue, which of course finishes at the end of this month. And so I thought for this month I would share something from the Sale-A-Bration brochure for the next 4 weeks. So I will start tonight with the Wonderful World. Just love this. As soon as I saw this in the brochure, I knew that it would be something that I'd get a lot of use out of, which I have. So let's flick over to the desktop and I will show you. So Sale-A-Bration, as I say, 1st of July to the 3rd of August. Let me just check that I'm on here all right. Yeah, I think I can see. And don't want to hear that. Oops, no, that's not it. Let's have a look. So I hope everyone is well. And, here we go. That is there. So I hope everyone is well and had a chance to have a look at this brochure. This is actually in the back, this bundle that we're going to be using. And it comes with a stamp set and this beautiful designer series paper. And the stamp set doesn't have any sentiments, so you need to use another stamp set for that. I thought I'd make some thank you cards with this, and we'll make one with it shortly. This is the beautiful, beautiful paper. So you get 2 each of these. This is the floral side. So you have the small images there. You have the medium images there. You have the pink, beautiful pink base. Hi, Gina. Welcome. Lovely to see you. You have this one here, which has the large images, which you can just cut out and use as is, which is fantastic. And you have this one here with smaller images, more of the purpley theme. And of course on the back you have more of the patterned images. Just absolutely gorgeous. Right. Hi, CJ. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Right, let's get rid of this. This is the stamp set. And now I remembered what this was called the other day, and now I've forgotten. Of course, you have a rose, and this looks like, see, I'm terrible at names. It looks a bit like an orchid, but someone, I'm sure one of you will tell me. Hi, from Bradenton, Florida. My son, my oldest boy, who's 36, is called Braden. So that's pretty amazing. Okay, what we were going to start off with is, I have got, now what have I done with it? A spare piece of paper here somewhere. Did I remove it? Let me just grab it. I must have tidied up in preparation and then thrown it away. Okay, so we're going to start off with stamping a pot. I love this pot from the Simply Succulents. It is beautiful, DSP, isn't it? It is so stunning, Linda. It is just gorgeous. This pot here, really love this pot. I've used it a lot. So I wanted to create a little pot to use. So I'm going to colour this with blends. I'm just stamping it in Memento. Hi, lots of people from Florida today. Oh, there's my piece of paper. Here, actually, I will use that. I do like to use thick, when I'm using my blends, I do actually prefer to use the thick basic white. So I will stamp on that. I knew I had it there somewhere. Okay. And I have got some blends here. Now these are the Stampin' Natural Tone blends that came out. You can buy them in pairs. When they first came out, you had to buy them in a set of 9, and now Oh, hi, Roz. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Right, sorry, getting distracted. This is the dark, they just come with numbers, these ones actually, and this is SU 300, and this is 500, and this is 400, and this one's 800. So they just come in numbers. I just generally select them from what the colours look like, but you can obviously match them up. So I'm going to just make a terracotta pot. Now I like to start with dark. There is lots of different schools of thought on how to use blends. I start with my dark, and I know a lot of people start with giving it a light colouring first, but it must have been how I first got taught, I don't know, by someone that did it this way. And I have continued. Sorry, I was just looking to see if there was any questions. People were just talking about where they are in Florida. Very jealous. I have been to Florida a couple of times, but not lately. I'm sure it's sunny and delicious there at the moment. Okay, so I am going to use this one. I'm just going to imagine that the light is over here on this side. So when I come in from the very dark, I am just bringing out with me some of the dark colour. And that is so that it will blend together. I went to Fort Lauderdale for a holiday. It was very nice. It was way back, this show my age now, way back in the 80s. So I'm just going from dark to light. Of course, I'm just doing this as a terracotta pot, but you can do any kind of coloured pot. You're in Melbourne. It's crazy hot, really crazy hot and humid. Wow, you've had some freezing weather lately though, haven't you? Gosh, one extreme to the next. So now I've just got out the paintbrush end. I should say these have two ends, a fine tip and a paintbrush end. And I tend to use the fine tip most of the time, but sometimes I will use the fine tip, the paintbrush. I do like my blends, I must admit. I do like colouring with my blends. And I'll just go over a little bit more with this one. So you can go back. Once you've done one layer, it doesn't stop you from adding some more. I often go back and just add some different colours to add to it if I think it needs it. And with the lightest one, I'm going to just run along the top. And I've got a couple of colours here, but you can obviously do this any colour you want to. This is light Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to run this stripe, alternate, whoops, wrong one. And oh, thank you, Joanna. Way too hot. You're in. We are not hot. It's hard to imagine it being hot now. I mean, it's nice today. Still need a jumper though. And this is the colour lifter, and I'm just going to add a little bit here just to really enhance that. Now that doesn't show straight away. That will pick up as just give it a couple of minutes and it picks up. Now there's a die with that as well, with that set, and die cut it out. I've already die cut one out ahead of time. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I am going to stamp the inside, and I'm going to show you how I stamp the flower. So we have got the rose here, and I am going to use some daubers. And I'm going to do a light one first with some Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to add, now when I like to do a dauber in this situation if I want to add more than one colour. And also because I want to have a green stalk and a green stalk and a coloured flower, it's a bit hard to stamp with two colours on the stamp. You can use your Stampin' Rights, but because I wanted to add just a touch of this Melon Mambo as well, Daubers are absolutely perfect for that. So I've just lightly dabbed a little bit of that on. I know, oh, more Florida. Gosh, Florida is a very popular place. And but I will use, just to show you, the Stampin' Right marker for the leaves, and I'm using Mossy Meadow. I love colouring. We just did the last month of watercolouring. Just something I really, really enjoy doing. But I love blends as well, and I love any sort of colouring, I must admit. Okay, bit of a huff, just to activate those inks in case they've dried a little bit. There we go. Isn't that just beautiful? The stamp, as you can see, has so much detail in it. Hi, Emma. Thanks for joining. Has so much detail in it. It's just absolutely stunning. So I have stamped a couple already and cut those out. Because there's no die, you actually have to cut those out. But this one was for the middle. Colouring is very relaxing, I must admit. And Stampin' Up! Has so many wonderful colouring options. The stamp images are amazing. They're really, really, it must be distinctive actually. No, it doesn't say it's distinctive, but it really comes out like a distinctive stamp. That's for sure. Okay, now let's start putting this together. I am going to just grab, because I don't want to get ink all over, I'm going to do sort of like a vintage style. So I'm going to add a bit of, which is another sort of favourite tool of mine, the blending brush. So I'm going to add a little bit of crumb cake, another favourite colour of mine, and I'm just going to start at the bottom. Now I always start off on my paper so you don't get that big blob. I just want to go reasonably dark at the bottom, and I will get lighter as we move up the card. Just reasonably subtle, but oh, there's a bug come to join me. Doesn't take up too much room, doesn't make up a lot of noise. Okay. Try and keep your fingers off when you're blending if you can, because you do have a little bit of natural oil in your fingers, which can affect a little bit when you're colouring. I just love this crumb cake. It's such a lovely neutral brown. Okay. So that's blended. Let's just, now I need to pop a bit of linen thread on that. I'm going to grab my stamp, my Stampin' Seal, and I've got my linen thread here somewhere. Yes, I have. Here it is. And just going to wrap that around there for now, and then I will tie a bow on it afterwards. Okay. Right, and I'm going to pop some dimensionals on here. Now I'm going to pop this on before I put the sentiment on, just so that I make sure that I don't get it in the wrong place. Now I'm just leaving a gap in the middle because I'm going to put those flowers okay. Don't need that bit of paper anymore. Now I'm going to pop these on, and I'll glue one down, and then I'll pop the other one up on a dimensional, I think. So, because I've left that little gap in the middle, okay, and then I will pop that one on a dimensional. Up there, right here. Okay. And this one can come out a little bit. Maybe a bit further down. Okay, so now for my sentiment, I am using from the Sweet Songbirds, actually, a little note of thanks, because I just wanted a little thank you there. I didn't. So as I said, I was just wanting to make a few, let me just clear some space in here, so a few thank you cards. And I thought, oh gosh, what a perfect stamp set to use for that. Okay. So I'm going to pop that there. Hi Lynette, how are you? Lovely to see you. Okay, let's start putting the rest of it together. Now, I like, I'll move that piece of paper again. I like roughed up edges. Now, not everybody likes roughed up edges. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But I think if you're making a vintagey sort of card, it actually makes the card look really great. And it also adds a bit of texture to your card. So it doesn't take very long actually. I just rough it up with the end of my scissors just very quickly. And then I'm going to add some, just a little bit of crumb cake. Okay. And then I have this beautiful paper, the DSP, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now because this is thinner, I don't actually tend to do it unless you really want it quite rough. I'm a little bit more gentle with this. Roses, cornflower, that was it. I knew it was, I was using this in my class on Monday with the ladies. I said, oh, this is cornflower, isn't it? But iris, of course it's an iris, yeah. Beautiful. Actually, they would be some of my favourite flowers. I love roses. And yeah. Now, I've forgotten the other one that I really, I'm having a day of it forgetting. They're really, really bright. They sort of look like daisies, but they're not daisies, and they're really, really bright. Gerbras. That's it, gerbras. I like gerbras. I think I like them because they're really nice and bright and happy. They seem too big for the stalks that they're on though, I must admit. Okay, so just a little bit of colour, not a lot. Yeah, gerberas, yeah. Gerberas. Okay. And then I have, now I'm going to pop this on to here. I'm not going to rough up the edges of this one because I want this to be like a little frame for that. And then I will just rough up that frame a little bit. Not much. Right. Let's start putting the rest of it together. Make some room on my table. Okay. That there. And I'm just going to grab the scissors again. I'm just going to make that corner a bit rougher. If you really want to get quite, if you rough it up, you can actually split, I don't tend to, some people do, you can actually split the fibres and make it look quite cool. Okay. And let's pop our roses in the middle. Oh, thank you, Joanna. Yes, I like that pot. I've used that pot quite a bit, I must admit. Oops, I'm doing that. I've made that a little bit crooked. I'm dreadful at getting things on straight. Oh, well, it's going to be crooked now. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Usually I put my things on crooked. I am absolutely dreadful at getting my things straight on my cards. Dreadful. And so I love actually creating cards that you have everything off in an angle. Absolutely perfect for me. Okay. Now I'm going to tie a bow. And I usually try and do my bows beforehand. I don't like doing bows on camera, I must admit. Right. There we go. I just hold the middle so I try and stop it from twisting. The bow can twist sometimes, and it is a pain. Okay, let's grab a glue dot. And put that under there. And then this can go on top. I like how the linen thread gets is quite curly. There we go. And one last thing, no card is complete, of course, without some bling. So I thought I would use my elegant faceted gems. I think I want the white ones though. Okay. Might just put little ones on, seeing as it's a small card. I've just loved these gems actually. I've gone through so many packets of these. It's nice sometimes not to put coloured gems, just something neutral. Here we go. Yeah, now for the bling. Of course, got to have the bling. And that is the bling. And that is the card, the vintage style card. Now I have made some other ones to share with you. This is another vintage one, but just really quick and easy vintage one. Mary Merlot on that, and that's using the watercolour shapes, just stamping that block down with crumb cake. And very, very quick, very, very easy card. Not many layers on that one. And this is just one that was in blue. I actually don't like that one as much as I like that one, but don't cards seem so big when you're making smaller square ones, and then you look at the standard size, it just seems super big. And this is another one I made in square. This is using the new stencils, the Artistic Mix decorative masks in the background with some balmy blue, and then I've done the pot again and just stamped and cut that out. Very similar to that, but just quite different background. And this one I did, now I used the gorgeous, is it the stamp punch? This one, Pretty Label punch, is it? No, postage stamp or something. Oh, I should have looked it up. I do apologise. And then with the designer series paper, you can actually just, I'll just grab it. You can just punch those out. And I've just punched some out and popped it on a slimline card for that one. And then this one, it's not a thank you card. I made this for my my class Monday in-person class that I was teaching. This is using that split textured die, and I've got the DSP underneath and the rose on top. And that's just a little strip of the fall leaves. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have got that set in your stash. Rectangle postage punch. Thank you. What would I do without you, Linda? When my brain goes, I rely on yours. Enjoyed that. I really, really love how this stamps, and I love the DSP. There's that bug. Whoop. It wants to take a closer look. How you can use it. So enjoy, and it is very, very versatile. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, or if you're watching this later, love to hear from you. And take care, everybody, until next week. Enjoy the sun in Florida and stay cool in Melbourne. Bye.